Right, the next step to do is to take the CNV file we've just made and convert it into an ASCII file, which is a file that can be easily opened up in any sort of spreadsheet program like Excel or any of the open office software, LibreOffice, anything like that. What it does is it strips out the header information into a separate file and just leaves you the raw data, which can then be opened up in the spreadsheet file and graphed or manipulated in any way you see fit. So to do that, we come down to number 15, which is the ASCII out, and we select that. And similar sort of process. The first thing here we do though is we select the data we want to convert. And so if we go to our desktop and go to our folder where our data is sitting, and open up, and these are all our CNV files that we processed just a little bit earlier. If we open those up, and that's okay. Yep, we'll just do that for the moment. Now if we come over to data setup, and we get some options here that we can change depending on what we want to do. So here we've got it selected that we output a separate header file and output a separate data file. So it'll take that header information and the data information and put them in two different files, which is a little bit cleaner to work with. We can select where we want to put the label columns. If we want label columns, we can put them at the top of each page or top of each file, or we can choose to have no column labels at all. I tend to just put them at the top of each file. You can choose what column separator you want, whether it's a tab, semicolon, colon, space is fine, I just do that. And then we can come down here and we can select, we can check which variables we are processing for. So here in the last step we processed for salinity, temperature, the two types of oxygen and fluorescence. If you decided that you didn't want to work with one of those parameters anymore, you could deselect it here. So if we took the cross off the fluorescence, this step wouldn't process it, and it wouldn't appear in your ASCII file. We want it, so we'll make sure that's selected, and we'll go back. You now select your output directory. So here we will save it into our ASCII directory here. And once again, you can actually, as we did in the previous step, we can actually, if we're going to be doing this a number of times, we can save this so that we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel every time. So we'll save this into our folder again. Done. And so that's our step saved, and the next thing to do is to start processing. And that looks like that's done already. So if we go into our folder here, and you can see here we've got a number of folders. We've got an ASCII folder and a header folder. So if we come down to one of these, this is the header folder, which can just be opened up in any type of text program. And you've got all the data that was sitting in the top of the CNV file. You've got the time the cast was taken, the date the cast was taken, and the number of samples. All the file information sitting in this separate file. And if we scroll down here, we can see there's no data at the bottom. If we now open up the same ASCII file, and as you can see, it opens up in an Excel spreadsheet. And you can see that now we only have the data here. We don't have any of the header information, and everything is organised into columns, which if we open it up correctly in the spreadsheet will appear in separate columns. And we've got the depth, the salinity, the temperature, the oxygen in millilitres per litre, the oxygen in percent, and the wet star. So if I convert this from column And you can see here, now that I've converted it properly, everything's organised in its own column as the depth goes down, and that's the data processing pretty much done. From there on, you can do anything really that you wish with it. You can graph it in any way you see fit. I hope you found this video useful, and good luck. Thank you.